This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, but the real star of today's show is the Ricmotech Hotlap Humpday Hotlap Challenge that we are here to do. Today we are in the Radical at Pocono, I think international layout. I'll have to confirm that. And we are having our normal third Wednesday of every month Hotlap competition. Looking forward to the fun. I just got in here. I'm running a little bit late. As you know, I'm moving the studio. I had the streaming computer completely torn apart. Had a couple of technical difficulties, but we are here. We're here to perform. We're here to bust out some fast laps and watch some others driving. Speaking of others driving, you're going to see two other cameras next to me. You're going to see two of those cameras. Those are both coming to us from Florida, looking at various different Ricmotech drivers giving the hot lap challenges a go. In addition to that, we will have a lot of the patron group from the Simpit team in here running laps as well. We're going to have the guys from Extreme Motorsports, a really known, a league of very fast drivers, and their very own Kevin Ford, who is a big part of that league, man behind the scenes, and you probably already know him because he's got that classic announcer voice, and he's here with us today calling the shots. How you doing, Kevin?
Doing great, Sean. Great to see you again, back for our September edition of the Hotlap Humpday Challenge.
I'm excited because I missed last time. I had a conflict of interest during that one, and it was hard to miss. But I'm glad we're here today.
Yes, absolutely. We had a lot of fun last month, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody out for tonight. And the interesting thing tonight that's a little different, well, two things. One, we are not password protected on our room tonight, so we want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to get out there quickly before we fill up. We've got 62 slots available for tonight's challenge, so let's not waste any time out there. Try to get in as quick as you can so you get you a spot locked in. And Sean, you want to tell them about the second surprise this evening at the end of the event?
You mean like our little slight change in format style for the night?
Just a smidgen.
So normally we just run, what, 4 hours of hot lapping. Anyone posts a time, that's good enough. We just kind of wait around all night to see who is faster at the end of the day. In the end of the day here, what we're going to do is we're going to call things off about a half an hour before our deadline, which is 7 o'clock my time, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. But about a half an hour before that, we're going to go into sort of close to what you would almost consider like the Super Pole competition. We're going to let the fastest 3 drivers, I believe, all go out there and give a hot lap or two with all the pressure and all of the everything at stake on those laps. So it'll be sort of the all night long to see who those fastest 3 drivers are, and then let them have a shootout at the end.
Exactly. So the idea now is to not only win the competition, but you've got to win the qualifier to make it to the final 3. What we're going to do is we will issue each driver out on the track one at a time. They'll have 7 minutes to get their best lap time in those 7 minutes. The interesting thing is there's no draft, and you've probably had that all night for 3.5 hours. Now we're going to force those guys to go out one at a time, 7 minutes each, and the fastest driver will go first, and then the other 2 drivers will make their best attempt at knocking him off the board.
That sounds like fun to me.
Yep. So a little bit of a change here for tonight. So looking forward to it, and I think the drivers will have a lot of fun with this one tonight.
Should be very cool. I am looking forward to it. I don't have my driving shoes on just yet, though, so I was running around frantically trying to get everything ready to go. Seems like we're ready to go. I'm thinking maybe I should just follow along with one of the other drivers, give them a little camera time while I go suit up and get ready to get my lap, because I got some work done. I got to be in that top 3. Me and Joe, Frank was kidding with me, saying, "Yeah, you and Kevin, you guys will call the action of the top 3." And I'm like, "Why have you already counted me out?" Yeah, well, wait a minute here, buddy.
Boy, he had you eliminated before the green flag dropped.
Yeah, so I got a lot to prove today, apparently.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Plus, you missed last month, so you really need to come back in full force.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to figure out who's in the sim. Do you know the in-game names?
Yeah, we have Sebastian Perez. He is in the APX 3000 system. And we have Alexander Searle driving the APX 3000 SlipSense motion simulator.
Do you know which name they're logged in on?
They are the one under Brad Perez. That is Sebastian Preza.
So that would be the far left screen for everybody
Yep.
watching. Okay.
The driver in the Oscar Hidalgo login is Alexander Searle.
Oh, so they're already out there drafting together. I see how it's going to be tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're working together already.
All right, apparently people are saying your voice is low, so we're probably going to enter into that echo zone again. This is the...
well, hang on. I can do that on my end. Let's see. How's that sound? Is that a little better?
I'll have to wait about 20 seconds for people to...
Yeah, we'll see how they respond. Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
Always speak loud.
I am going to go put on my driving shoes and get ready to go to the bathroom and get psyched up and get out here and post a lap. And until then, I believe we're watching Alex there in that middle image. Oh, looks like... no, actually, we're on Brad Perez, a.k.a...
oh, you're on Brad. Okay, let me switch to Brad here. Ah, there he is. There, we got him.
Excellent. All right, and I will be right back in about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes.
Sounds great, Sean.
Driving shoes, driving shoes.
He's now dropped down the order to 5th place, sitting on a time of a 126.787. Our top driver on the board is the Ricmotech Sports Car Series driver, Brian J. Holmes, sitting with a 124.551. Brad Perez now moves up into the 2nd slot with a 125.227. Sitting in the 3rd spot is Sebastian Preza in the APX 3000 system down there at the Ricmotech facility, and he has himself a 126.498 on the board.
Kevin, I think you had a silent mic then.
All right, Kevin, I'm back.
All right,
Yeah,
fantastic.
I-
Got shoes on,
Yep.
ready to roll.
I was kind of thinking about it. You know, this is sort of like back in the days of karting. On the day you'd show up, pull the cart out of the truck, and find out you missed something in your pre-check or something that wasn't working right, and all of a sudden, instead of driving, you're getting all greasy and sweaty trying to repair the cart. And then all of a sudden you want to get on track, but you're sweating and you're greasy, and you got to go clean yourself up just to become the driver again.
Exactly. That's about how it was for me today, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. That's very reminiscent of a real weekend, real race weekend.
Yeah, right. I remember a day, this was probably a year and a half ago, we were preparing for an endurance event, and I had an issue with my computer system and had to swap out a power supply. And my wife came in here. We were like a pit crew, man. We had that thing up on the bench. We were ripping wires.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was great. We got to laughing. We had a ball. She's like, "We're gonna do this. We're gonna get you back on track before this starts."
The way it's got to be.
Yeah. So that was good stuff. We've all had those moments in sim racing and real racing, I'm sure, for many of us.
Oh.
Well, we've got some good times out there. Brian Holmes moved himself right up to the top of the board, Sean. He's sitting with a 124.551. Well, he's beat my time by 4/10 of what I had working on the setup for everybody here yesterday.
So people are already going fast.
Oh, yeah, they're getting it done.
Oh, don't follow me, people. This is my first lap.
You've got a slow car on the left.
So this thing really dances on its front wheels.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's just so bumpy at this track. It adds a whole nother element of challenge to the throttle work here.
They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gained.
I'll remind our viewers again tonight, and any of the drivers out there that want to come in and join us, we are on iRacing this evening. You'll find the session in the hosted session. It's under the Ricmotech Humpday Hotlap competition, or challenge as we like to call it. So come on out, join us. It is open setup tonight as well, so no password on the room, and setups are open. So you can come out and do whatever you feel fits your driving style the best to get that best lap time out there. And we've mixed up the competition tonight. We're going to have 3.5 or 3 hours and 25 minutes to be exact for drivers to get themselves into the leaderboard, which is going to be the top 3 drivers at the top. Once you hit those top 3 and that clock runs out at 3 hours and 25 minutes, those top 3 drivers will have an individual round of 3 competition to see who wins that Ricmotech t-shirt tonight, valued at $20. So make sure you get out here, join the competition. Those final 3 will have a 7-minute session out on the track by themselves, no draft, to see who can knock that leader off the board. The top driver will go first, the second fastest will go second, and the third fastest driver will have the final opportunity to get that t-shirt. How you doing out there, Sean?
It's interesting.
Yeah, it is. It took me a few laps to get comfortable with it, I'll tell you.
I'd like to buy a braking marker.
Yeah, there's not much here in the way of knowing where to hit those brakes. You really just have to look for a landmark on the track or a line or something that gives you an indication of some reference point. Oh, we watch Sebastian Preza go around coming out of the bus stop there on the backstretch, or a little chicane, very tight chicane on exit.
Car stopped on the right.
Problem is, I can't find any marks, Dave. Oh. Oh, car, please. Yeah, this thing's really bouncy.
Mic check. I hear ya.
Let's see where.
Okay, I just couldn't hear Kevin. Yeah, I still can't hear Kevin. Just keep using anticipation. I missed his voice.
There we go. Do you have a copy now?
There he is. There he is. Right in, Craig.
Car stopped on the right.
Great to see everybody out this evening. Welcome to our September edition of the Ricmotech Humpday Hotlap competition for 2018. Good to see everybody out this evening. We have a lot of our regulars back tonight and a lot of new drivers coming in this evening. Do want to remind everybody that we have put a Ricmotech baseline setup in the box there for everyone to use here this evening. And if you have your own setup, you're welcome to use that as well. It is an open setup tonight, so a little bit different for us. And the password for the room, there is none. Everybody's welcome to join us this evening. So we're going to have quite a few drivers coming in tonight. So we look forward to another great Hump Day Hot Lap competition. One thing we're doing a little different this evening. Drivers, you will have 3 hours and 25 minutes to lay down your best time. The top 3 drivers in the final 3 minutes of the session tonight will have an opportunity to win that Ricmotech t-shirt this evening. The way it will work is the top 3 drivers on the leaderboard that are present at that 3.5 hour mark when we get ready to start the final 3 qualifying showdown sessions. Those drivers will compete. If you're the top driver on the board and you are not present, we will pick the second place driver on the board as the leader of the competition. The final 30 minutes will be the top 3 drivers. They will have a 7-minute segment each to go out and lay down their best lap. The fastest driver on the board at the start of that final showdown will go first. He will be issued to the end of pit road. We'll send him out on track, start the clock. You'll get 7 minutes to get your best time. The second place fastest driver will go out on the track second to try to knock him off the board, and then the third place driver will try to knock those 2 drivers off the board. So that's how our competition is going to work tonight. We wish everyone the best of luck, and go get those laps, guys.
You got a slow car on the left.
Sorry. Good to see Adam McNally with us this evening in that number 7 Radical SR8, laying down a 124.265, taking over that number 1 spot on the board.
You got a slow car on the left. Car stop on the left.
That sucks, Heiko. Oh, Dan, I'm pushing too hard. That's why I'm having trouble. I'm just pushing really hard. Not that it's getting me anywhere, but...
Our very own Sean Cole from the Simpits with us again tonight. Want to make that announcement to all the drivers that the show is live this evening on the Simpit crew. Make sure you jump on YouTube. Let your friends and family know that you're out here competing in this event this evening, and we are broadcasting it live. Sean out on track with all of you with it in that number 39 car from California. Our very own Sean Cole coming in on the 12th slot on the board with a 128.570.
got a slow car on the left.
Oh, Sean betters his time, dropping it down to a 127.523 in that P10 position now.
Thank you, Max. I'm excited too. Hey, knock it off, bud. No respect.
Hey, Brandon. You're all good. Ooh, Andy Shield in the 00 stop, moving up into that P2 position with a 124.325. Nice time out of Andy.
Go left. Left side. Clear on the left.
Good to see Luke Turpin out there with us this evening. He's now in that P10 position with a 127.124. Sean Cole moving up into P8 now with that number 39 with a 126.038.
Whoa. Let me go beat my dog silly real quick. And change the mic. What are you doing? Huh? No, no, that's bad. You don't just bark continuously.
Again, we want to welcome our viewers out there watching the Simpit crew this evening. Sean and I covering the Ricmotech Humpday Hotlap Challenge for September of 2018. We do these events every third Wednesday of the month on each month throughout the year. Never know what the car track's going to be. That's the fun part about it. We don't let anyone know until that launches in the hosted section of iRacing, and that way drivers don't have an opportunity to prepare or get a head start on anyone else. So it's always a surprise car and track for this competition. We have nice prizes every month. This month we're giving away a Ricmotech t-shirt. And also be sure to visit ricmotech.com if you're in the market for any kind of parts, Leo Bodner parts,
I guess he was barking for a reason. More deliveries,
rims, direct drive wheels. Frank has just a little bit of everything down there at Ricmotech, so be sure to visit them at ricmotech.com. Come on out and join us, everyone. It is an open, passworded room tonight. There is no password. That's right. You can get in tonight without having to go dig up that password or wait for us to announce it. It's open to all drivers. So we recommend everyone getting in here, getting on the track soon. We only have 62 slots available this evening, and just about half of those are gone already. We have 26 or 25 drivers out on track at this time. So let's make sure we get in so that you guys have a slot to compete for that Ricmotech t-shirt this evening. Very difficult track tonight. We're at Pocono International in the Radical SR8 this evening.
Hey,
very
Ron Smith.
bumpy track and a car that does not like to have its chassis upset, so we've added an extra step to the challenge here this evening. It is open setup as well. The drivers are allowed to make any changes they want to the car, adjust camber or suspension, so that they can get that car adapted and dialed into their driving style so that they can lay down those best times tonight as they're competing for a Ricmotech t-shirt, and they want to make it into that final three showdown, which will take place with 30 minutes to go in our session. That'll be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure and tune back in for that. If you're not able to catch the whole broadcast this evening, be sure to come back and watch that final three showdown tonight, as each driver will have 7 minutes to get their best lap time without the draft. So this will be interesting tonight. They'll be the only car on the track. Sean, you back in the saddle and hitting track again here?
I am, and just to make sure there's no confusion, it's the top three, not the top two plus Sean. Is that what you just said?
Well, it's actually, Sean, you'll be counted as the #1 driver no matter what. That's just what we do. regardless of your time, you're excluded from that.
Oh.
We'll call it a handicap, if you will.
All right, there you go. Thank you, ProSim. We're kind of getting everything working as we go along here today.
But you know what, Sean? In the end, we're here, buddy, and we're getting it done.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. This car is a lot faster than I remember. Well, you get it opened up on those straightaways, you're hitting, what, about 155 or so, 158 on the front straight?
I didn't look down.
Well, wait till you're going into the last corner, then tell me.
Right at the critical moment. I'll tell you right before the braking point.
Yeah, right, right. Make sure you look down as you get up on that brake marker. Just don't worry about the brake marker. Just look down and give me that speed.
Downshifting this car really is bad.
It's brutal. It's brutal. I put it on auto blip, and that seemed to help me. I wasn't running anything, and I ended up popping that on, and that seemed to help with some of that lockup on down. Otherwise, you got to blip the throttle.
Very Canning. Oh, we have a new driver at the top of the board. Cedric Miller out of Indiana lays down a 124.252. Nice job, Cedric.
You see Cedric Miller out there tonight. He's moved up to the top of the board, Sean, in that P1 spot, a 124.252.
Wow.
Adam McNally still holding down the second spot out of the UK with a 124.265, only 0.13 of a second between them. Andy Shields still holding on to third, 124.325, about 0.8 of a second back.
Good shot.
Brian Holmes sitting in that P4 with a 124.551, and rounding out the top five is Alexander Searle in the Apex 3000 motion simulator down there at Ricmotech with a 124.784. We can actually see him on the stream here tonight. Is he in your left image there, Sean? Is that correct? Make sure or should you wait till the last turn to look?
No, the left one's really dark, so the young guy, Alex,
yeah, the young guy,
is on the right. Alex is in the middle.
Oh, he's in the middle. Okay, gotcha, gotcha.
Whoa, connection! I need to get a fan going here. My fan got put away as well. This is Pocono Roval, or International Road Course, I believe.
Yeah, Pocono International. Yep, yep. Probably the longest road course here. Several different variations to this track. This one actually being one of my favorite.
Actually, I'm gonna try
if you can have a favorite at this course.
Also want to remind drivers, those laps do need to be clean tonight. They need to be incident-free, so when you lay that best time on the board, we do check those laps to make sure that there were no incidents occurred on that lap. I'll remind drivers that we're doing a little bit different pattern tonight. 3 hours and 25 minutes is all you have to get that best time on the board, and you need to be in the top three to make it to the final showdown that will take place in the final 3 minutes of our event tonight. Only the top three that are present at that time. So make sure if you've got that best time and you need to take off for a bit, make sure you stay in the session and come back and be ready to roll if you're sitting in those top three. It'll only be the top three drivers that are present with a clean lap at the end of our event this evening. Each driver will have 7 minutes. Of those 3 drivers, each of you will have 7 minutes to go out on the track by yourself, and we will issue you out on the pit road. We'll begin your lap, we'll start the clock, and you'll go after that best time. So we're doing a little bit different tonight. Want to welcome everyone. I see we've got a lot of drivers coming in. Jake Fisher out of the UK, Aaron Lane, Chad Sainsbury, Robert Harley. Good to see Robert Harley, 3-time champion from the Ricmotech Sports Car Series out of Carolina. Good to see him this evening. He's got himself a 1:39.822, but we know for sure that time will drop quick.
Car on your left. Stay on the right, clear on the left.
Now let's check on Sean, see how he's doing here. Find you on the track here. There you are. Well, you might get you a little bit of draft here, Sean.
Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of pole.
No?
Or Robert's going so darn fast that it doesn't matter.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me. Well, you're hanging with him pretty good there. Down into turn 5, Sean looking to get a good run up out of here and definitely get a good run out of 6 onto that backstretch.
You got a
Whoa,
slow car on
around
the
goes
right.
Robert.
Go
Sean
left.
manages to get a good clean run off the exit. Boy, you used up every inch there, buddy.
Yeah.
Another coat of paint on that car, you'd have hit it.
You got a slow car on the right. Car stopped ahead.
You have a lot of downforce on your setup, don't you, Robert? Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're set up in the room that people shared from Brian, I think it was. Definitely not running as much weighing because I'm just going backward on the straight, but I gained a lot of time on the infield.
Okay. Well, that might be something to play with.
You got a slow car on the right. Car stopped ahead. Go left.
Do want to remind our viewers that we only have 62 slots tonight. 62 slots. Once they're gone, they're gone. And we have just reached the halfway point. There are 31 slots remaining. 31 slots remaining. You want to get out here and get on track and compete for that Ricmotech t-shirt tonight, or just come out for the pride of it and see what you can do against some of these veteran drivers out here on iRacing. We are running the Radical SR8 at Pocono International this evening. As Sean goes a little deep into turn 6 there, coming out onto the backstretch. That burned off a few tenths, didn't it?
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt bad.
Again, drivers have to get a clean lap tonight. They have to make sure there's no incidents whatsoever on that fastest lap that they lay down on the board. We're going to take the top 3 drivers that are present at 9:30 Eastern Time tonight. Those drivers will compete for a final 3 showdown qualifier, meaning they will each have 7 minutes to go out on track to lay down their best time. The number 1 driver will go first. Number 2 driver on the pre-qualifier will go second. And the 3rd fastest time will go 3rd.
Why is it so darn hot in my room? I don't think I ever cooled down from the frantic intro.
You may not have.
Is Alex in the Brandy Perez rig? Did I get that right?
Yes. No, he's Alex is in the Oscar Hidalgo rig.
Oscar Hidalgo. There he is.
Yeah, sitting P10 with a 125.724.
In other words, just ahead of me.
Just ahead of you. Yep, yep.
All right. We'll watch him go for a bit. I'm going to go grab a fan, get some air going. And what's our time check? We are 1 hour in, so I have 2 hours, 20 minutes, right?
Yep, 2 hours, 20 minutes. You got it.
To find 2 seconds.
That's going to be a challenge, buddy. You can do it, man. You can do it.
2 seconds. All right. I'll be right back. But we're watching. We're watching Alex go.
All right, sounds good. Now let's get on Alex here and follow him around. And like he's coming out of the tunnel turn there, heading down to the bus stop on the back stretch. Into that turn 7 bus stop, coming back out. He's heading up into the somewhat high-speed banking here. This Radical SR8 will start pushing about 160 mile an hour down into the turn 1 area. Of course, running backwards here at Pocono this evening. On the oval portion of the course, I should say. Alex comes across that stripe, looking to better his time. He's sitting on a 125.724. Coming up on a car in front of him here. Looks like he's going to have to maybe overtake him on this lap. Hopefully it doesn't hold him up too much. Well, he clears the path. The driver in front of him goes off track.
Yeah.
Alex gets a good run out of 4 there. Down into 5. Bit of a late apex corner here. He gets a nice tight exit. Nice job, Alex. Gets a good run up into 6. Good launch up onto the backstretch. He may have a good time on this lap. Coming through the tunnel turn. Reverse, of course, on the oval. Not in reverse, but driving the course reverse. Now heading down the backstretch into the bus stop. Turn 7. To really slow that thing down to get a good run out of 7. He's had a good line this whole lap. Let's see what he comes to the line with. Again, trying to beat that 125.724. He's approaching 150 mile an hour here as he comes up on the stripe. Yeah, looks like he's only going to get about 152 top end out of that. He's obviously running a little bit more wing downforce here for the road course, trying to make up time in that part of the track.
No password
didn't
cap.
quite beat that time. Came in with a 126.045, about 0.3 off his best time.
Good to see Pat Iannucci joining us out here this evening from the Ricmotech Sports Car Series. Driving that number 25 Radical SR8 this evening. He's got himself a 123.988, looking to get into that top 3 to qualify for the final 3 showdown that'll be happening at 3.5 hours into our event. And we've just counted down from that 1 hour mark, so we have 2 hours and 27 minutes. 2 hours, and actually 2 hours 23 minutes remaining in that pre-qualifier. Again, drivers, you're looking to be at the top 3 on the board. Top 3 on the board will make it to that final 7-minute individual qualifier to take home that prize this evening. At the top of the leaderboard right now is that number 8 of Brian J. Holmes, sitting with a 123.558. Yes, a 123.558. He now has a 2/10 lead over our second place driver in the number 16 out of Indiana, Cedric Miller, with a 123.752. Sitting in third place this evening at this point in time, the 007 of Andy Scheel with a 123.772. All three of those drivers within 2/10 of each other. Oh, regular from the Ricmotech Sports Car Series, Mr. Aero Nom out of Central Europe in that number 78, Radical SR8. He joins us tonight with a 124.405, moving him up into that P8 slot. As we watch Alexander Searle lay down his best time, putting him at a 125.315, driving that Ricmotech US 3000 APX system down there, that Slip Sense motion simulator. He's visiting the Ricmotech Open House this evening, taking place in Miami, one of the offline drivers competing in the competition. But tonight, online and offline drivers will be competing for that final prize this evening. Mike Dam hurries himself up and moves right up into that P11 spot with a 125.295. I'm sure it won't take him long. We'll see him tapping into that top 10. Doug Holly out with us tonight from California, sitting in that P6 spot with a 124.313. Good to see Doug back with us tonight. Thank you, Kevin. Rafael Pava out of Florida gets his best time, moving up into that P20 slot, getting into that top 20 with a 129.183.
Okay, I'm back.
Brandon Skinner out of Illinois in that number 959 Radical SR8 brings himself in at P19 with a 127.6617. And another mover on the board, Tony Watson, moving P26 slot with a 145.6114.
Go ahead, pass on the bottom.
Oh, back to the sketchy setup.
They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gained.
Yes, these are often fixed setups. Today they went open. Hey, Devin, how you doing?
Go right.
And Iannucci improves his time on that last lap in that number 25 with a 123.787, chipping away at that third spot. Just like we thought. Mike Dam moves himself right up into that P5 spot out of Canada with a 124.132.
You got a slow car on the right. go left.
Oh, I'm in the way of the leader.
Right side. Clear on the right.
Thank you.
No, no. F. I think I can go out on a limb now, very early in this event, and say, I do not like this car on this track.
Car stop on the right, go left. You got a slow car on the right. Car stop on the right, go left.
Come on, slow down, car.
Slow car ahead, car stop on the left, go right.
We have a new mover and shaker up into that P3 position. Yes, sirree, Mr. Mike Dam out of Canada, 123.737. Good to see him up there in that top three. Unfortunately for Andy Shield and Pat Iannucci, that drops them down into that fourth and fifth spot. And now Eero Nam sneaks up into the P6 with a 123.952. We now have 9 drivers within 1 second of each other. Now we have 10 drivers within 1 second of each other.
Go left.
Do want to remind drivers about some courtesy out here this evening. Let's make sure we're watching that F3 box when you're coming out of the pits down into turn 1 there. The drivers on their hot laps are going to be coming in there pretty quick, so let's make sure we're checking that F3. Also, if you go off track at any point during your lap, please stay off the track until you know that that F3 box is clear for you to re-enter. Let's try not to interrupt any of the other drivers competing in the competition tonight. We do appreciate everyone coming out, and do want to remind you, you are competing for the final qualifier tonight. For the final qualifier, that's right, you need to be in the top 3. You need to be in that podium position on the board and be present 3 hours and 25 minutes into the event. The final 30 minutes will be a 3-driver showdown. Each driver will have 7 minutes to go out on track to get their best lap time by themselves. There'll be no draft. It'll be to see who can really show it up in that final showdown.
And by my count, I'm still not in that showdown.
Just remember, drivers, that fastest lap does need to be a clean lap. We will be looking at that. We're monitoring your laps as the event is going on, and we're watching those incidents pop on the board there. So let's make sure that best time you get is clean. We will be checking it before the final 3 showdown. Oh, new time at the top of the board for our very own Mr. Mike Dam in that number 93 Radical SR8 with a 123.272. Robert Hartley moves himself up into the P2 spot in that number 29 out of Carolina with a 123.291. Cedric Miller now bumped down to the last podium position, the final qualifier spot, with a 123.396. All 3 of those drivers within 200ths of each other.
Yeah, Tim? Alright, I'll try it.
Tony Watson still sitting at that P21 with a 127.246. Good to see George Sandman out there with us from California in that number 34. He's got his best time now with a 125 flat, a .049, moving him up into that P13 position.
Slow car ahead. Go left.
Chris Cahoot joining us out of Club, Ohio in that number 18 Radical, 126.525, moving up into that P18 slot. Another mover into P19, Brandon Skinner out of Illinois, laying down a 126.594. As we knew it would happen, number 25, Pat Iannucci, laying down another best time, securing that P5 slot with a 123.540. Just about 3/10, just shy of 3/10 off of that leader, Mike Dam.
The course. slow down and give up the time gained. Car right, clear on the right.
It looks like Sebastian Perez has laid down his best time with a 1:24.366, sitting in that P11.
Car stop on the left.
Now we'll give a quick rundown for our viewers out there. We have Mike Dam in the number 93 still sitting at the top of the board with a 1:23.272. Adam McNally moved up into that P2 position in that number 7 with a 1:23.274. Literally 0.02 of a second off of our leader, Mike Dam. Holding down that third spot, literally 0.02 of a second back, in the number 29 out of Carolina, Robert Hartley with a 1:23.291. Cedric Miller now dropped down to 4th out of Indiana with that 1:23.396. And Pat Iannucci still hanging tough with a 1:23.540 in that P5 slot. How you doing, Sean? Have you tried any adjustments to the car?
No, I still haven't done any adjustments. I seem to be quicker in the other setup, the lower downforce.
Okay.
All I'm trying to do is get a handle on that car. I feel like it's a quick car. I just need to settle down a little more. I'm overdriving. I've gotten rear-ended a couple of times, so it has me thinking I'm going too slow into corners, but I'm not, because I'm not, I'm pushing wide. And I think that getting that car down low is going to give it its best chance to get out of the corner. The car.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I think you're going to find with this many people that the on-track amount of cars is going to go up and down. I mean, we still have, 2 hours to go before we cut off. So there's plenty of time to get it done. Getting a point where you're cooled down and, get a clean lap out there at the same time. Oh, cars spinning in unison. That was cool. And do we know who's in the APX rig now?
I'm working on that now. I'll be right back. I'll find out. Still working on that driver. Frank will get back to me here in a moment.
Okay.
Well, we still have room for 22 more drivers, Sean. 22 more drivers for our viewers out there that want to come out and give this track a whirl here at Pocono International this evening in the Radical SR8. Very challenging car, very challenging track for this car tonight. It is an open room. There is no password on the session here this evening, so make sure you join us. Come on out. It is an open setup as well. First time we've done an open setup in one of our competitions. Want to thank Ricmotech for putting on this Hump Day Hotlap Challenge for September of 2018. A little bit different twist tonight. We're trying to mix things up a little bit each month. Tonight, the drivers will be competing to make it into the final showdown. 3 drivers will be picked. It'll be the top 3 drivers on the board that are decided at 3 hours and 25 minutes into our event. Those 3 drivers will get an opportunity to go out on track individually by themselves for a 7-minute fast lap session to see what they can lay down. The fastest driver with the fastest time will go first, and then the subsequent 2 behind him will go next to try to knock his best time off the board.
You know, that is 10 fewer spots than the last time you said it, by the way.
10 fewer spots.
Available in the room.
Fewer or more?
Fewer. 10 more people have joined.
Oh, just now?
Never mind, never mind.
Oh. Yeah, it's set for 62. I think that was the max that we could go with it.
Mike Dam's been knocked down to 3rd place, it looks like.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Oh, we have a new mover and shaker out there. Number 25, Pat Iannucci with a 123 flat. Robert Harley coming right back behind him with a 123.086. 0.05 of a second between our top 2 drivers, knocking Mike Dam down to a 123.272 in that P3. Oh, Mike answers back. Our first 122 on the board tonight, a 122.784.
It was because of me. I gave him the draft.
Oh, good.
Does that get me in the top 3?
You know, as a support driver. An on-track support driver.
You've got a slow car on the right.
Oh.
I'm amazed at the names that are in the top 10. This is quite a showdown
Car
tonight.
right. Still there. Hold your line.
Well, we have another new best time on the board.
Right.
Cedric Miller, man, he's getting hungry for that top spot. Laying down a 123.212.
Car right. Clear on the right.
Sorry.
Still got to beat me, Sean.
I'm working on it, dog.
I want to welcome aboard Dylan Canova out of Florida. Great to have him with us tonight. He just laid down his best time with a 129.114, putting himself in the P26 position.
Slow car ahead, car stop on the left. Slow car ahead, car stop on the left. Go right.
And we just hit 43 cars, only 19 slots remaining for our viewers out there to come out and give themselves a run at this Ricmotech t-shirt that's being given away this evening. $20 value for that shirt. It'd be great to have a full room tonight. Come on out and let's see what you got in that Radical SR8 here at Pocono International this evening.
Whoa.
Sean, hold on, buddy.
Oh, I must have missed it. Did you get a name of the gentleman in the white shirt with the orange stripe?
Nope, still waiting on it. Let me see if I can reach him again.
He's easiest to see. We can see 3 drivers down below in that left screen, but it's kind of hard to see because it's very dark in there.
Yeah, that's Sebastian Preza and the driver to the left in the multi-sim rig room. Not sure who the driver in the middle or right is. Yeah, it is a little dark there to see that.
Doug Hawley, I'm coming for you. don't do that. Don't do that.
Right side. Clear on the right.
Michael Cooper, Lakers.
What a talented group in our top 12 here. Sean, Mike.
Wait. How did you come to the top 12?
Well, I just started above your name and went up. Oh, sorry. Top 13, Sean Cole. Yeah. I didn't know if you'd catch that or not. That's great.
Car on your left. Clear.
Oh, come on, dummy.
Oh, hold on to it.
Slow car ahead.
We have a new mover on the board,
Left
Gary
side.
Wolbolt from the Ricmotech Sports Car Series
on the
out of
left.
Club, Ohio, in the number 40, laying down a 128.878, moving up into that P26 slot. Good to have Gary out with us this evening.
You got a slow car on the right. Go left.
Numbnuts! Oh,
Ooh.
it's going to be really hard to keep it PG-13 tonight, I can see. Oh, new driver.
Good to see Roger Clark out with us this evening out of the Virginias, laying down a 127.111, putting him into that P25 slot. Nice job, Roger. We have another Club Ohio driver, Chris Bauer, in the number 27, moving himself up into that P22
right.
slot with a 126.725.
Why am I looking like Chuck Norris? Because Chuck Norris rocks. Oh, there's Doug Hawley.
Car stopped ahead.
Hola.
Right side. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
Oh, hang on, baby.
Right side. Stay on the left.
Ah!
On the right.
Okay, the driver in the main sim rig is Adrian Chavez.
Adrian Chavez in the Oscar Hidalgo car.
Yep.
Alright, we're going to ride along with him. I still have one more long cooldown. I have to take the dog on his big walk of the night.
Okay, gotcha.
No avoiding such things on a 4-hour event.
Right, of course. You bet. Let me know when you're going to do that, because I'll take my break after yours.
Okay, I think I'm going to go out for one more session.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
Which could be as quick as I spin out.
Oh, well then I'll wait.
My buddy Doug Hawley, who's ahead of me by one position, even gave me a draft saying, "Here, I'll help you beat me." And it wasn't good enough.
It still wasn't good enough, yeah. No. That's the way my luck usually runs. Well, Sean, you're still holding down P12. Doug's right ahead of you there. Brad, well, let's see, Brad Prez, that would be Sebastian Preza time. There we go. Okay, Aeronom's got him a new time here with a 123.544. Moves him up into P6.
Aeronom laying down his best time in that number 78 with a 123.544, moving up into that P6 slot.
That was not a spin. That's my outlap maneuver to get a little extra heat in the rear tires, just so you know.
Okay,
in
gotcha.
case
You shouldn't give away those tips. You know?
Very true. Very true.
Holy smokes, Mike Dam back up at the top of the board in that number 93 with a 122.680. What an amazing time.
Sorry, man. Thought you were headed to the right.
Oh, Brian Holmes is knocking on the door again in that number 8, moving up into the P6 slot with a 123.9294. Luke Turpin moving into that top 10 with a 124 flat, a .035. Good to see Luke out here with us this evening. Do want to remind drivers about that courtesy coming out of the pits tonight. Make sure you have that F3 box up and let's monitor it closely. Let's try not to pull out in front of some of this oncoming traffic. Everybody's out there going after the same thing, guys, so let's be courteous this evening. And we do ask that if you do go off track, please make sure you check that relative box before you come back onto the course. Let's try not to interrupt any of those hot laps that are taking place.
Let's check our car count here, Sean. We are now up to 47 cars. We still have 15 slots remaining. 15 slots remaining for our viewers out there. They want to come out and join us for the Ricmotech Humpday Hot Lap competition for September of 2018. Yep, we do this the third Wednesday of every month. We really look forward to it. Sean's gracious enough to bring his Simpit crew to the competition tonight and every month, and we do appreciate his involvement as he's out there trying to get his best time as well. Chasing Doug Holly at the moment, trying to nip him off the board.
Yeah, that's pretty close, Doug. But close is not good enough. What's also close? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, it looks like Emil Garcia is joining us this evening in the Ricmotech APX 3000 UWSS motion simulator. That's a system he knows oh too well. As he is a member of the Ricmotech race team, he knows that simulator inside and out. So look forward to having him lay down some good times. Hopefully he can get himself into that top 3.
I know Emil. Hey, Emil. Oh, he's pulling off pit lane. Let's go chase him. I don't see him. Oh, he's already 9 seconds up on me.
Jack Myers out of California. We welcome him to our event this evening in that number 043. Out of California tonight, bringing in a 135.643, putting him in that P36 position.
No password tonight. Open, open, open. Open setups, open room.
Everything's open tonight. We're giving everybody free will.
Open competition. Hey, Stephen Dager, how you doing, buddy?
Latham Joyner out of the Mid-South joins us in that number 43, laying down a 129.433, putting himself in that P31 position in our competition this evening. Well, since we've had quite a few drivers come in the last few minutes here, we'll give a quick reminder to everyone regarding the Ricmotech competition this evening. This is the Humpday Hot Lap competition for September of 2018. Great to see everybody coming in. A lot of new faces joining us tonight, and we do appreciate each and every one of you joining us each month. And welcome the new members tonight. We look forward to all of you coming back each month for our competition. Tonight's competition is a little bit different than what we normally do. Obviously, you're out there chasing your best lap time. It does need to be a clean lap. No incidents will be accepted on those best lap times. It does have to be clean. It is an open setup tonight. We do have a baseline setup put out there in the box for everyone to try out, and you're welcome to adjust the car to your liking and your driving style. Also, the competition lasts 3 hours and 25 minutes. At that point, the top 3 drivers on the board that are present for the final 3 showdown will go into an individual 7-minute competition. Each driver will have 7 minutes to get their best lap time. We will marshal the event. You will start at the end of pit road. We will issue you between the cones. At that point, you will have 7 minutes to get your best lap time. So we wish everyone the best of luck getting into the top 3 on that leaderboard with those clean laps and the fastest laps here tonight. Now, Tim Chitwood joins us this evening out of the Northwest, and his number 064, laying down his first best time with a 133.607, putting him P36. We want to welcome aboard Michael Borden out of the Midwest and his number 49 Radical SR8. laying down a 134 flat, a .059, putting him P37.
Left side. Still there. Clear on the left.
You're clear, Sean. Boy, nice catch coming out of there, Sean.
Yeah, it was a little wiggly.
Luke Turpin lays down his best time with a 123.869, moving up into that P9 slot.
You got a slow car on the right. Car dropped
Got a look at
ahead.
our leaderboard here. Sean Lightdam still holding on to that P1 slot out of Canada with a 122.680. Robert Hartley in that number 29 out of Carolina with a 122.820. Third place, the Ricmotech Sports Car Series driver Pat Iannucci out of New York with a 123 flat, sitting just under 2/10, or just over 2/10 of a second behind Robert Hartley, or 200ths, I'm sorry, 200ths of a second. Cedric Miller holding on to that P4 slot out of Indiana with a 123.212. Right behind him, Brian Holmes in the number 8 with a 123.223, and then Adam McNally rounding out the top 6 with a 123.274. Aeronam still struggling to get into the top 6, surprisingly, with a 123.436. We hope to see Aero back out on track, getting back out to try to knock that time down. Aero, one of the top drivers on iRacing. He's had a lot of great success over the years. I've competed with him quite regularly. I should say I've watched his taillights quite regularly. Good. Here's the interesting battle. For P11 and P12, that would be Mr. Doug Holly with a 124.313. Sean Cole literally with a 124.315. 2 thousandths of a second shy of getting ahead of Doug Holly.
So unfair.
Quite a battle between those two, the Californians going at it.
Yeah, Doug only lives about 90 minutes from me.
Oh, no kidding. Huh.
Maybe 2 hours.
Ah, there we go. We knew it would happen eventually. In the number 78, Aeronam moving up into that P3 slot, a 122.869, 4 hundredths of a second shy of P2, Mr. Robert Hartley.
Unbelievable.
These times are just incredible up here.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to no longer let extreme motorsport drivers come. I don't know.
I think they need to be banned.
Yeah, or a weight
wait,
limit.
that includes me. Never mind.
Oh. All right, I'm going to take that break now. So I'm going to walk the dog. It takes a little while. This will be my long break of the night as we...
yeah, no problem.
Coming up on about halfway. About halfway till we cut it off.
Yep, we have about an hour and 12 minutes remaining. Hour and 12 minutes till we shut her down for the pre-qualifier and get ready for the final 3 showdown. All right, Sean, we'll take care of that dog, and we'll see you here shortly, buddy.
I'm going to leave it up on the Oscar Hidalgo car.
Okay,
with
great.
With the meal in it.
With a meal.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move my camera to a meal, and we'll see how he's doing out there.
All right, copy that.
All right, see you in a bit, buddy.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, viewers, We have 7 slots remaining. 7 slots remaining. We are up to 55 garages now taken up here at Pocono International this evening. Driving that Radical SR8 in the September edition of our Hump Day Hot Lap Challenge. Brought to you by Ricmotech High Performance Sim Racing Equipment. Great to have them involved and great to have the Simpit crew with us tonight once again. Sean Cole taking his evening break here. Get ready to come back and fight for those top 3 slots. Changing it up a little bit this month. We're not doing a full 4-hour hot lap competition where the best time on the board wins. We're now competing for a top 3 showdown is what we're going to call it here tonight. As the pre-qualifier is going on right now, we have about an hour and 14 minutes remaining. Hour and 14 minutes remaining for these drivers to nail down the top podium slots for that final 3 showdown. The drivers will have 7 minutes each. When we get to the point at 3.5 hours, we'll be starting that final 30-minute countdown. The top driver on the leaderboard will go out on track. We'll issue him to the end of pit road. We'll line him up at the green cones. We will give him the go-ahead, the green, 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 and he will have 7 minutes, including his out lap, to get his best lap time here at Pocono International. The 2 drivers behind him, which would be the 2nd and 3rd fastest qualifiers, will then go next, and they will have an opportunity to knock that top driver off the board and win that Ricmotech t-shirt tonight. One other thing that is a little different tonight is we're allowing the drivers that are at the open house in the Ricmotech facility in Miami, Florida, and that place is packed. I will tell you, there are quite a few people there sampling out all the different simulators. Great to see a lot of traffic there. Good to see a lot of enthusiasm for our sim racing world that we all live in here and love so much. Those drivers will be competing against the online drivers tonight, and boy, do we have some heat at the top of the podium up here that these guys will be competing against. So good to see them all out there as well. But the offline, calling them offline drivers, they're in the competition tonight, but they're actually competing at the open house event in Miami, Florida. Typically, we give a prize out to the open house drivers as well as the drivers on track in the online competition. Tonight, everybody's grouped together, and they're all battling for that top podium slots to make it to that final 3 showdown.
Car 93, you have been warned for going too fast, too fast. Aero Nom moving up into that number 2 slot, and that number 78 with a 122.694, literally 0.14 of a second off of our leader, Mike Dam. The showdown is already happening between these top 3 drivers. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the top 5, all from the Ricmotech Sports Car Series. Robert Hartley, 3-time champion, back-to-back champion. Aero Nom, GS Class Mustang champion from the Ricmotech Sports Car Series. And Mike Dam, also a GS Class Mustang champion from that series.
That was great. That was really good.
Want to welcome the car number 56, Alexander Sarama out of the UK. Good to see him out with us this evening. He just laid down his best time, putting him into that P41 slot with a 137.223. Tim Chitwood in that number 064, moving himself up into P38 with a 133.607. Derek Austin out of Club, Ohio, moving up into that P37 position with a 133.575. Oh, a lot of good times moving up on the board here. David Blair moving up into that P30 spot with a 128.346. Great to see Eric Fournier up there with us tonight in car number 54, laying down a 137.050, putting himself in that P41. Great way to start out tonight, Eric. Good luck to you. Cedric Miller chipping away in that top five with that number 16 Radical SR8 with a 123.079. Looking to get back up into that podium spot.
All right, viewers, no big change in those top three positions. Still have Mike Dam sitting up there with a 122.680. Aero Nam in that number 78, right behind him, 14 hundredths of a second back in that spot with a 122.694. Then literally another 200ths back, Robert Hartley from the Carolinas with a 122.820. Sitting P4 right now is Pat Iannucci in that number 25 Radical with a 123.038. Just 4 hundredths of a second back from him. Rounding out the top five, our very own Cedric Miller out of Indiana with a 123.079.
Alright, I'm back. Still 12th on the
Looks
board.
like our number 1 driver there had to move down that time just a little more. Mike Dam, a 122.608. Now 900ths of a second ahead of Aeronom.
Oh, you back, Sean?
I am back. How are you, Kevin?
Boy, oh, I'm good, buddy. That was quick.
The dog, my brother got home right when we left, so the dog kind of rejected the walk.
Got distracted a little bit.
Yeah, which means he'll probably be at my side in 20 minutes demanding.
Yeah, right.
Difference between sim racing and real racing. In a real car, you actually get a peace of mind that like nobody can walk up next to you and be like, hey, I know you're in the middle of a hot lap competition, but can I bother you for a moment?
Yep. You know what you need? I wired up lights on my enclosure that's around my rig, and when I'm in a race, the lights turn red up on top, so that if my wife walks in and sees the red light, she knows that I'm actually in a competition. and then if we're under caution for some reason, all the lights will flash yellow. And then
well, you have like iFlag running your light system for your room?
No, we Russ Ruddock put together a little software for us, and he laid the software out, and I bought the lights and the kit and everything, and we got it up and going. We just made it ourselves. They're small little LED strips, about 4 inches long.
That's really cool.
Yep, I've just Velcroed them, in different places around my rig, and they're plenty bright enough that, if you get a local yellow flag in road racing, you sure know. They'll flash and let you know it.
Now that works with wives, but I don't think dogs or young children observe lights.
They do not. I have found that does not work.
You got a slow car on the right.
Of course, young children is not a concern for me anymore at my age, but the dogs, yes. Fortunately, my wife is so into all the racing stuff too. She's great about knowing when I'm locked down and not.
And it's serious time.
Yeah.
Good to see Kristen Jones out of Australia joining us this evening in the number 62. Laying down a 127.230, putting him into the P31 position.
Car right, clear on the right.
Mike Dam couldn't stand it. He had to gap Aero a little bit more, just couldn't be happy with the time he had, I guess.
I guess not. Oh, I had a good thing going. And Cedric hit the wall. There went my friendly draft.
Uh-oh.
Clear on the left.
We both kind of screwed up the entry to the backstretch. Oi! Oh, I'm just in the way of everything now. Sorry. Sorry, everyone.
57 slots taken. The garages are just about full. 5 slots remaining out there for our viewers. If anyone wants to come out and show us how it's done in the old Radical SR8 at an interesting course, Pocono International tonight for the Hump Day Hot Lap competition that Ricmotech High Performance Sim Racing Equipment puts on the third Wednesday of every month, and of course we always enjoy having Sean Cole from the Simpit crew out here with us and putting on this great broadcast that he does, and of course he makes it even more entertaining where you get to watch him go out and compete as well. Yeah, he says.
Car stopped ahead.
Drivers, you are down to 90 minutes. You have 90 minutes remaining to get that best time on the board or to make it into the top 3. Yes, the podium tonight will get you into the final 3 qualifier showdown. Again, if you make it into that final 3, you'll have a 7-minute individual hot lap competition to go against the other 2 drivers to see who can lay down the best clean lap at the end of our event. So we wish everyone the best of luck. Again, courtesy out there, please do not come back on the track if you have exited the course unless you are certain that there are no other cars coming. Let's be respectful and know that everybody out here is trying to compete for that best time, so let's make sure we give everybody the best opportunity to do so.
Really great voice, man. Sir.
Car stopped ahead.
Boy, Luke Turpin's got quite a draft going here. See what he can make out of it.
Doug, we've been knocked back a spot.
Oh, Michael Cooper, good to see him out with us this evening out of New York, driving that number 48 Radical SR8 this evening. He just laid down his best time, putting himself into that top 10 in the P10 slot with a 123.635.
Car stop on the right. Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Oh, sorry, Alex. Sorry about that.
That was gonna be a retaliation hit.
Been able to get any draft at all, Sean?
At times, but I've never been able to get a draft on a good lap. Or the draft ends up coming back to where you end up in that car's bumper. Seems like without the draft, though, you're not going to be where you need to be. Unless those guys at the fast times are just running like zero wing. I can barely control this car. I'm starting to get a handle on it. I could get a little more aggressive now that I got the handle down.
Yeah, it's, I tried lowering that wing, you know, extremely when I was doing the setup, and my gosh, that thing got so loose I couldn't hardly get through the infield.
Sorry, man. I missed my car. Sorry, man. Carnage. It's slow, so you can feel that there's snow during the summer.
Philip Redlin in the number 57 out of Scandinavia gets his best time with a 126.582, putting him in that P28 position.
Oh, come on! Well, we made a slight improvement. Oh, Doug! Doug Hawley! Doug Hawley! I'm calling you out, buddy. Do I need to give you a little draft? Still 1.2 seconds off of Mike Dam. Damn. An hour ago, that was P3. Yeah.
Right.
If we could just go back in time. Doug Hawley.
Go left. You got a slow car on the right. Car stopped on the right.
Think you will?
Right side. Clear. Go right.
Yeah, the draft just makes a huge difference. I'm not sure if it's like, okay, get a setup that is so scary to drive and just try to dance around for one lap. Wow, soft front roll bar, medium rear. You know, let's just try something real quick.
Try the firm rear.
Really?
I found it to be more stable, but that was just me. But with that, because that's the other setup you're running up, not the one I did. So, yeah, go ahead and try that.
Whoa, okay, I don't know, that wing is not going to work, maybe. How much wing am I getting at 70 miles an hour, though?
Yeah, that's true. You have to really watch that throttle, you know, out of apex.
Yeah.
You might make it up quite a bit here.
That's what I'm hoping. Then I won't be dependent on a draft, but I'm not seeing a big difference. I know it's going to be really scary here, though.
Yes, we wish you the best. Oh, nice. Go, go, go. Oh, nice.
Yeah, but not a great exit, so I'm really no better. It was like I controlled it, but it wasn't necessarily fast. We'll see if it makes a big difference here.
Right side. Clear on the right. Slow car ahead, car stopped ahead.
Oh.
Car stopped ahead, go left. Go right. Car stop on the left.
No, it's feeling all right.
Okay, good, good. That was the firm roll bar on the back?
I actually went soft, but I went down to just a tiny wing. Oh, snappy. Snap oversteer.
Yep, yep.
That could have been that soft sway bar.
Drivers, you have 1 hour and 15 minutes remaining. 1 hour and 15 minutes remaining to get up into those podium positions up at the top of the board. Again, we want to welcome any of the new drivers that have come in here in the last 30 minutes to the September edition of the Ricmotech Humpday Hotlap competition, or challenge as we like to call it here tonight. We are racing for a really nice Ricmotech high-performance sim racing equipment t-shirt this evening. We do this the third Wednesday of every month. For you drivers that have come in first time this evening, welcome. We appreciate you coming out and joining us for our competition. And again, this will end in 1 hour and 15 minutes. At that point, the top 3 drivers on the board will have an opportunity to compete in a final 3 showdown with a 7-minute individual qualifier segment. And I'm sure everybody will be excited to watch that competition to see who can actually knock the top driver off the board. He will be the first one to go in that 3 segments of 7-minute qualifiers. The next second and third place best time will be the 2 drivers to try to knock that top driver off of the leaderboard. The time that you lay down in those qualifiers have to be clean laps. It absolutely cannot have any incident whatsoever. We do have a software program here that is monitoring those off tracks, so we'll be able to tell if it was clean or not. We wish everyone the best of luck tonight, and if you have any need for sim racing equipment, please visit Ricmotech.com. They carry all kinds of gear, everything from Leo Bodner parts to Ricmotech's fine line of equipment. They're beautiful pedals that they have that they've designed. Their SlipSense motion simulator that they have that drivers are driving on this evening down at the open house Hotlap competition there in Miami. They also are an authorized dealer for Thrustmaster equipment. So if you have Thrustmaster gear, would like to add some wheel rims, be sure to visit Ricmotech.com. Thanks again for everybody coming out this evening. Again, drivers, you have about 1 hour and 12 minutes now, 1 hour and 12 minutes remaining to make it into that final 3 showdown.
Car on the right.
Whoa, whoa, I'm hot, I'm hot. Someone just asked who's in what car, Ricmotech. The middle screen, which I believe has the young gentleman Alex Searle, I think is his last name.
Searle, yep, Alexander Searle, yep.
And I believe he's a karter, and we've seen him before. I believe he does some kart racing.
He does, yep.
And he is in the Oscar Hidalgo car on the leaderboard. And I can't see right now, but the left image is there are 3 rigs, and I'm not sure who's in them.
That's Sebastian Preza.
Ah, he's been in that rig all night.
He's been in there a long time.
And what identity is he racing under?
He is under the Brad Perez machine.
Go left.
That is sitting P6 right now.
Oh, really? That's 6P better than me.
Sorry.
You got a slow car on the right.
Oh, and I was having such a good day. Alright, the medium bar with the lower wing seems to be working good. This thing's flying now. Look at that, I can set up a car.
You got a slow car on the right. Go left. You got a slow car on the left. Go right. Slow car ahead.
Damn, my bad, man.
Oh, big move, big move. Sebastian moves up into the top 4. 122.975 on the board.
Ah! Oh, come on, stuck it. Damn it. Ah! Oh, we're not in his draft. Too bad. Aero Nom. You gotta be a race car driver with a name like that.
Go left.
I did it again, you idiot.
Go left. Go left. Car stop on the right. Right side, clear on the right. Car on your left. Clear on the left. Car stop on the right. You got a slow car on the right. Go left.
Whoa! Ah! Whew! 10th place! 10th place, everybody! I'm very excited about 10th. Oh. Thank you guys, thank you. Whew. I'm sweating. I feel it in my beard. Thank you, Frito. Yeah, the setup feels way better now. I'm almost wondering, well, let's save this variation before we forget what we're doing, because that setup felt good. The bumps were much better, and there's still one thing I want to try. Laser gun with a little help from SMC. There we go.
All right, Frank and I have had a discussion, Sean.
Uh-huh.
And we think you just need to make a slight adjustment to the car.
Okay.
And that'll put you up at the top of the board. So let's make a slight adjustment and then get out there and go.
Okay. Okay. I'm looking for that
slight
magic right now.
Okay. Okay. Nope, not too much.
Yeah. All right, you know what? I was kind of wondering about all this rebound on the front. Seems like a lot of rebound, and we seem to slow it down.
Well, yeah, you could. Yep.
I saved the setup that was working for me.
Okay, good.
So we can revert. Again, let's look at that camber. Oh, I like that camber. I don't really want any more front end
Well,
grip
Alexander
anyway.
Searle jumps out of the rig for the evening. Want to congratulate him on his great time tonight. We wish him the best of luck as he heads to Sebring for his kart showdown to try to get into a major event and get into a real of karts. And he'll be competing at Sebring in that. The top 50 drivers that were chosen for that event, and we wish Alexander the best of luck there.
You got a slow car on the left. Car stop on the right. Go left.
Off track. I didn't see that.
You get an off track?
Yeah, I didn't think so. It must have been on the right entry. I just didn't notice. I was already looking left.
showing 70 incidents on you.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, well, I'll say this. you're doing well compared to some others.
Okay, there you go.
I see a 170. I see a 155. A 156 now. It just went. I won't name names.
But you see.
I see all things.
Owen Madrano in the white shirt at Ricmotech. Thank you, Sarah. Ah, he's in the Oscar Hidalgo rig now. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. There we go.
I need to start writing down names and taking pictures of people so I can remember, since we get a lot of the same faces.
Yep, I thought about that.
Can I just get around you? No, 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 no. I don't know. That wasn't terrible. Maybe I'll take advantage of you being back, step away, let my arms. I notice I'm running some high force feedback. I'm testing a new rig. And whenever I test a rig, I tend to turn my force feedback up a little higher than I normally run to find out if I'll get any shakeage or changing in setup, you know?
Sure. Yep.
So, all right, let's see. I'm going to make sure. So we're with Owen Madrano there in the Oscar Hidalgo. Oscar's been very generous. A lot of people drive his car tonight.
I know, what a guy, right?
Some people are much nicer than I am. Man, they got a packed house at Ricmotech today.
They have had a packed house down there. Really great to see.
So I'll step away for one moment. I'll be right back.
All right, drivers, we are just under 1 hour. Just under 1 hour remaining in our pre-qualifier here for that final 3 showdown event. Again, the top 3 drivers on the board will compete in the final 3 showdown. We will clear the track at that time. All drivers will have to bring their cars down onto pit road into the garage area. We will issue those top 3 drivers out onto pit road. The fastest driver at the point of the final showdown will go first, and the final 2 drivers will go in succession of their times to try to knock that top driver off of the board. Mike Dam still sitting up at that top podium position with a 122.608. 9/100ths of a second behind him is Aero Nam in the number 78 with a 122.694. Robert Hartley, all 3 of the top drivers from Extreme Motorsports and the Ricmotech Sports Car Series, taking down those top 3 spots right now. Hartley with a 122.730. The next driver back is the Ricmotech APX 3000 simulator of Sebastian Preza from Florida with a 122.975. He's only 0.2 back of taking away that top podium spot.
Sean, am I seeing this right? You moved up? It looks to me like P10 for Sean with a 123.352. Good job. He's only 2 spots behind Brian Holmes, who's sitting with a 123.223. What a great job. Looks like Sean stepped away for a moment here. Still at the top of the board, Mike Dam sitting on that 122.608. Aeronom second with a 122.694. And Robert Hartley still sitting third. Top 3 go to the final 3 showdown. He's got a 122.730. Literally less than a 1/10 of a second separating, or less than a 100th of a second, I should say, separating the top 3 on the podium at this time. Sebastian Preza down at the Ricmotech facility in Miami, still sitting in that P4 slot with a 122.975. Now he's about 2/10 of a second back from our 3rd podium position. His last lap was a 23.178, so he's running about 2/10 right now off of that best time. Of course, the track's getting rubbered in quite a bit at this point. We've had nearly probably an average of 35 to 40 cars running for a good 2 to 2.5 hours out on track. So a lot of rubber getting laid down, and we'll see how it affects the speed of these lap times here as we start winding down in this final hour. We are down to about 50 minutes remaining in the pre-qualifier here. Again, the competition has changed for this month, doing things a little bit differently. We've, instead of doing our standard hot lap competition where the entire 4-hour block of time is open for all drivers to come in and out as they choose to lay down their best lap time. They can come in, practice for a couple hours, go have dinner, come back in again, and try to better that time. The driver typically at the end of that 4-hour time frame is the winner of the event. However, this time we're doing the event 3 hours and 25 minutes instead of 4 hours. At that time, we are going to clear the track, bring all the cars down into the garage area, and we will issue the top 3 drivers out onto pit road. We'll line them up at the green cone, and we'll have the top, or I should say fastest driver, top driver on the board will go out first, and he will get 7 minutes to lay down his best lap time, and those lap times have to be clean laps. We will be monitoring it here with our live software. If any incidents occur on those laps, that driver will be informed that that driver, or that lap time has been negated. So he'll have to concentrate on coming across the line, getting a good run out of that bus stop to get a good fast line into turn 1 and have a second lap. I'm estimating in that 7-minute time, they're probably with an out lap, they're going to get about 4 laps in. It's going to be about the max. And if they just stay out and run the full 4 laps, which is what we would recommend. Coming back down pit road to get a fresh set of tires, don't think it's really necessary with this car. I would see these guys actually running the full 7 minutes, getting those tires good and heated up, probably getting their best lap time around that 2nd or 3rd lap would be my best guess on the tires. We switch over to our motion simulator here and watch the driver in that car heading out around the track. Find him here. Here he goes. He's coming down into turn 1. Nice braking into 1. Nice line. Coming up into turn 3 here. Hard left-hander. Or turn 2, rather. Down into turn 3. This one's a little tough to get down on the throttle coming off that exit there. You got to be real careful. This one here is very tricky. Coming off that brake at apex, there's a little dip there on the entry, and the car just really wants to snap loose on you. It's a nice line into turn 6. Good exit. Yeah, a little bit of wiggle of that back end. Not too much slip there, though. Might have cost him a couple hundredths of a second. Last lap time was a 127.572 as we see him heading down the reverse direction of the Pocono NASCAR backstretch, heading into the bus stop. Very tight on exit here. You'll see him have to really rake that steering input to get that left back out, up near the wall, coming out. Got to use up every inch of that track to get that good run down through the banking here. Going backwards through turn 2, then into turn 1 of the NASCAR portion of the track. Again, running the course backwards tonight because of the Pocono International Format course that we're running here this evening. See him come across the line here, bettered his time down to a 126.315. Still not quite enough to beat the time for that simulator that he's running in. Alexander Searle did a great job earlier. Spent quite a bit of time in that APX 3000 UWSS simulator with that slip sense motion. Tremendous device. Had an opportunity to drive on that when I was down visiting the gang at Ricmotech back in May of this year, or late April. Had an opportunity to get on that rig, and it literally gave me goosebumps because the immersion factor of feeling that rear end of the car coming off exit, and you're feeling that rear end slipping a little bit, just enough to give you that sensation, and wow, does it change the entire experience of driving. So if you're looking for some sort of motion simulator device, I'll tell you that is one to experience for sure. We watch him coming out of NASCAR 1 here, again running the reverse oval portion of the NASCAR course here for this international version of Pocono. Drivers getting up pretty good speeds here, hitting those mid 150s. I see some cars hitting 157, 158, some coming in at 153 into turn 1, depending on their downforce that they've set the car up with. If they're using a lot of wing in the car, it's going to obviously slow down some of those top end speeds, but enable them to pick up maybe a couple of 2, 3, 4 tenths in the road course section.
Hey, Kevin, I'm back.
Hey, Sean. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, good to be back.
All right. I understand you brought some speed with you.
You know, I was thinking something different.
Oh, you were? Okay.
I was like, oh, I thought I brought fatigue with me.
Oh, fatigue. That's what I meant. Yes, fatigue. And unfortunately, there's no speed in fatigue, right?
No, there really isn't.
Like there's no I in team, isn't that how it goes? No speed and fatigue.
No, there is not.
Well, we are down to boy, 35 minutes. 35 minutes left in our pre-qualifier. Is that a new time out of Mike Dam? Let me look here.
Was that long enough, Gabriel?
That sure was.
A new time on the board out of Mr. Aeronom and that number 93 Radical, a 122.412. Unbelievable. He just can't stop. Aeronom chasing him just 2 tenths back now with a 122.694, putting a lot of effort on Aero to get up there and secure that podium spot. The driver sitting in the hot seat right now in that P3 position, Mr. Robert Hartley out of the Carolinas, a 122.730, literally 0.04 of a second off the number 2 slot.
How's Owen doing lap-wise? People are asking.
Yeah, let me give you a rundown on Owen here. He's doing pretty decent. His first 2 laps, he had a 128.6. He dropped it down to a 127.5. Then he got down to a 126.3, a 126.5. and a 127. So he's doing pretty well. He's sitting around the 126 mark. The thing I'm impressed with is that he's actually running a very nice line around the track. He's being very conservative, wanting to get the feel of the car. He's driving very smooth. He's probably just trying to find that speed now. He's been in the seat, oh, I'm saying 20 minutes maybe, 15, 20 minutes.
Well, right on. Good job by him.
Yeah, he's doing great.
I'm with you, Melanie. Anyone under 28, I'm like, oh, the kid, and I feel bad because that probably offends people under 16 or over 16. But it's like, I'm sorry, I mean that actually is the highest compliment I can give you in life.
You got a slow car on the right. Car stop on the right.
Yeah, one day they will look at that and go, man, I remember when that guy was, that's what he meant.
I would give everything I own in the world to be a kid again.
Yeah, I was talking to my cousin today. He just had two literally identical baby girls about 18 months or 16 months ago. And he was, you know, he's the dad that's just so into being a dad. I just love it. But he's bragging about how great these particular brand of diapers are that he uses, and he's telling me all about them in detail. and I thought it was hilarious because he's this big 6'3", you know, brawny guy, and he's just all about these diapers.
Oh, that's funny.
And I told him, I said, I'm taking notes. He said, why? I said, for in 20 years, that's what I'm gonna get.
Oh.
Yeah, we had a good laugh over that one. So speaking of age, yes. Boy, not a lot of movers on the board. We're falling into that time frame, Sean, where we get down to that last hour, and you don't see a lot of shifting of the numbers up there. Everybody is, they're starting to max out their potential. But Sean, you've done great tonight, buddy. I mean, holy cow. You're sitting P10. And look at the heat that's in front of you. I mean, you've done very well, buddy. You've done very well.
Thank you. Thank you.
You did better than I could have done. Let's see. What did you end? You have a 23.3. Of course, I didn't spend a whole lot of time in the car, but yeah, you're a second ahead of me. So what I had in practice, or you know, when I was doing the setup. So you did well, Bubba.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think P10. I think my normal range in these events is somewhere between P7 and P15. So I think I'm right in my target zone.
Yep.
Which maybe that gets back to, you know, our original conversation with Frank where he was like, yeah, the top 3 and you and Kevin can do the announcing. And I'm like, but I'm in the event. What do you mean top 3 I do the announcing?
That's so funny. Just left you right out of there, didn't he?
Yeah, just not even in the list. Not even on the mental list.
Nope. Well, at least you can say 7 to 15. I usually will say 7 to 32. I figure if I land anywhere in there, I'm doing all right.
You've got a slow car on the right. Go left.
I am driving this thing with no wing right now, by the way.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That was the last thing I tried when I was doing the setup, and I said, nope, going back the other way.
It's taking a very delicate, which is not my normal driving style at all.
All right, drivers, we are just under 25 minutes remaining in the pre-qualifier. At that time, we will bring all cars off track down on the pit lane and park them in your garage, and we will bring out the top 3 drivers on the leaderboard of who's present. Again, those drivers do have to be present for that final competition. If the top driver on the board is not present at the start of our final 3, we'll go down to the next 2, and we'll just keep moving down the list. So again, just under 25 minutes remaining for that final qualifier showdown.
At which point, I guess I'll be announcing.
Sure. Frank didn't tell us which one of us was going to do what. Maybe we just want to sit here and watch.
Yeah, I want to be in awe.
Right. Since he doesn't feel that we're worthy.
You know what's really discouraging is when you're really close to your optimal, so even though you think you got more in you, you're like, yeah, but do ya?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I'm only a 10th off my optimal right now.
That's where the human hope continues to hang in there.
If I could just,
if I could just, yep.
If all the planets and stars could just align for one moment.
Yep, even a split second, get me that extra 10.
Car stop on the right.
All right, drivers, let's make sure we're keeping our courtesy top of mind out there. Let's be respectful to the other drivers. If you go off track, please do not re-enter the track unless you've checked that F3 relative box and made certain that there is no oncoming traffic. We're all out here chasing the same thing tonight, guys, so let's be aware of our competitors out there. Keep that situation awareness up. Also, down to 20 minutes now. 20 minutes. I'm sorry, actually, right at 25 minutes remaining. Before we start shutting down the track to allow our final 3 showdown to take place. Again, we want to thank Frank Rico from Ricmotech for putting on our event here. We do this the 3rd Wednesday of every month, and this month we're putting on a little bit different scenario here. Typically the hot lap is just a 4-hour open session where every driver can just compete all the way to the final seconds to see if they can get that top time to win the prize. Tonight we're having that final 3 showdown. We're going to try and mix these things up a little bit for you to make it more exciting for you. We are giving away a Ricmotech High Performance Sim Racing Equipment t-shirt tonight. Very sharp shirt. I've got one myself. So that will be given away to that top driver with that top time in that final 3 showdown. We'll have more instructions about the showdown once we clear the track of exactly how that's going to take place and what the requirements are. So we will go over that momentarily. Again, if you need any products for your sim gear, visit Ricmotech.com. And again, thanks to everyone for coming out this evening. And again, 25 minutes. We are just about hitting that 25-minute mark before we shut down the track. Good luck to each and every one of you out there. Not seeing a lot of movement on the leaderboard up here. Times are starting to peak out here. So guys, make those final adjustments to that setup. Again, it is open setup, and there is a baseline in there. If you're struggling with your setup, you're welcome to give it a try.
John, I have so many listening devices around me, I was hearing voices just out of habit.
Car on your left. Keep to the right.
Ah, shoot. Sorry.
Clear on the left.
Stupid Sean. I just caught him at the wrong time. Ah. Oh, we have a new driver.
All right, Sean, deep breath, buddy, deep breath.
Seriously. I haven't breathed. Is that how you say it? I haven't breathed.
Yeah, I know, right?
I haven't taken a breath in about 3-4 minutes.
I was just getting ready to say that exact thing. You mean taking a breath? Yeah, I think it's the proper way of saying that, and that's tough to do with this car. I mean, every corner you come up on, boy, you lock down.
Yeah. Now I'm sweating.
Yeah, oh, sure. You know, when you're fighting for these just little tenths and hundredths of a second, just amazing the concentration level that you have to get to hone in on that. Yeah, so one thing about sim racing, you know, and obviously in racing in general, but you know, my wife shares with a lot of people, you know, about my sim racing and everything, and she gets to telling them, you know, how overworked we get and how, you know, I come out of this seat and can't hardly move, you know, you're just wiped out to the bone, and they just can't, you know, really, I mean, they just can't picture it, and it's fascinating to me to hear the reactions of people that have not had an opportunity to be exposed to the sim racing.
Go ahead, John, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you. I don't have a mic set up for the room right now, but thank you, Edgar. Thank you, Doug.
Looks like Mike Dam is patiently waiting in the pits as we get down to the final 20 minutes. The final 20 minutes we're coming up on in our pre-qualifier for this month's September edition of the Hump Day Hot Lap Challenge here. Brought to you by Ricmotech High Performance Sim Racing Equipment. We do appreciate them in all ways and always as they provide us great sim gear throughout the year. And everybody needs to visit Ricmotech.com when they're in need of any type of sim gear. They carry a lot of the Leo Bodner products and parts and accessories, wheels and rims for direct drive wheels, for the Thrustmaster line wheels. They have just a little bit of everything there. So make sure you visit them and check out their site. A lot of unique things, a lot of new unique products they're working on right now. I had the privilege to get a behind the scenes of one of those yesterday, so that was interesting. Don't want to give anything away, but I'm sure I perked up a few ears out there. They've always have something in the works down there. Let's see, how we doing on our driver count? Have we maxed out? Yeah, we are at 58. We had one more come in. We still have 4 slots remaining. 4 slots.
I need to apologize to whoever's in the Oscar Hidalgo car.
Uh-oh. Did you take him for a ride?
Yeah, I just kind of took his line away. It was a little on the rude side.
So what's the nickname for Kahoot again? You call him Hootie?
Kahootie.
Kahootie? Kahootie? Cool.
Car stop on the right.
Oh, that's the other rig. That's
car right, clear on the right. Car right, clear. Left side. Clear on the left, car stop on the right.
No! I hate you.
It's a family show. Da, da, da. Instead of bleeping you out, I figured I'd just say that there.
I've tried so hard to be...
Oh, I know, it's tough.
Things are holding steady at the top of the leaderboard, and that number 93, Mike Dam, still sitting there with a 122.412. I see him sitting in the pits, patiently waiting, still strapped into his car. In the event that that time gets taken away from him, he will get right back on that throttle and head back out, I'm sure. The number 78 of Aeronam is the one chasing him with a 122.671. Aero, I believe, is doing the same, monitoring that clock, watching the other times come in. Robert Hartley from the Carolinas sitting with a 122.730. Looks like he is back out on track as well. Cedric Miller holding down the P4 spot in the number 16 with a 122.899. And rounding out the top 5, Luke Turpin from Carolina with a 122.945. Good to see a lot of our Carolina drivers out here tonight. Good to see that you're safe and sound.
Yeah, good point.
You got a slow car on the right.
$78 laps. Wow.
Yeah, so to answer... Oh, go ahead, Sean.
I was just going to say, I guess we've given it the old college try.
Yep, yep.
You got a slow car on the left.
Oh, Cedric Miller's in 4th. He's still out on track. Going after Robert.
Yep, he still is chasing him. Boy, Sean, that was close. You had a 6.46 on that last lap. You do realize you're only a 10th off Brian Holmes. Oh. And Brian Holmes is no slouch. Hold on to her. Hold on to her. There you go. There you go. Go, go, go. You lose any time there?
A little bit. A couple tenths.
Yeah, look, I mean, you went in a little deep, but it looked like you got a nice arc out, though.
Lost another couple tenths there. Oh, we're coming up on Oscar Hidalgo.
Looks like Alexander Searle is now in the APX 3000 system now. He's in the unit of Brad Perez.
Whoa, we're off the track. We're oh,
Whoa,
whoa.
hold on. Oh.
We misjudged that a little bit.
Oh, man, I felt that up here in the blimp as I'm watching.
As we rack up a couple more incidents for the night.
Yep. Let's see. What's that going to bring our total to?
Or as I like to say, car, please.
Yeah, right. Car, please.
Oh, hey, I am only 3/10 off of Pascal Iannucci.
Yep, and look how close you are to Brian Holmes.
Yeah.
Brian's no slouch, man. I think you've laid down some great laps, man. I still think you can get ahead of... Oh, Pat's right. Let's see. Pat, Brian, Adam. Man, you're right there. 3/10, Sean. That's all you need, buddy.
I know. How much time we got? Oh.
We have about 16 minutes. No, less than that. 12 and a half minutes.
If I could get the right lap with the right draft, I could move up. It's all about timing.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
That's true.
It's all about skill. But then...
Robert Hartley chasing those top two there, coming in with a 122.697. We now literally have 0.02 of a second between P2 and P3. P1 still 0.2 ahead of them. But that P2, P3 spot getting very tight. Cedric Miller still out there chasing Robert Hartley, and he's only down about 0.2, close to 0.3 actually from Robert Hartley.
I'll be right back, Sean.
All right.
Sorry.
Ah, idiot.
You got a slow car on the right. Go left. Car on your left.
Oh, my fault. Shit, I thought I could hold the inside line. I thought he was going to brake earlier. Totally my fault. Man, enough sorries. I need a button map tonight. Oh, it's over. It's over for me, isn't it?
All right, drivers, we are coming down to about 6 minutes. About 6 minutes remaining. Get after those lap times, drivers. Make those last-minute adjustments to the car. Down to 6 minutes remaining to get into that top three. Cedric Miller, Luke Turpin, Brad Perez, Pat Iannucci, Brian Holmes, all these drivers chasing into that top three podium spot.
Right side.
Sean, oh, Sean.
I have hit that car so many times tonight.
Oh, man.
But then you get to watch his reaction up there, so at least it's cool like that.
Oh, tip, 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 tip. Buddy, buddy, buddy. You on your outlap, Sean?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, no, no, no. Hold on. There you go.
Yeah, I'm
You're still
overdriving.
there. You're good.
I'm overdriving now. The setup's not as loose as I'm making it. Zero wing. I got this thing fairly dialed in. I can't complain. The car feels pretty nice. It's got a few little errors to it still, but... Hey, Figgy to Joe.
All right, I am going to check and make sure that the top three drivers are in the session here. We have Mike Dam still present. Aeronam is still present. And let's see if Robert Hartley is still logged into the session here. And he is. So the top three drivers are still logged in.
Now, my people are telling me the top 7 all had off track on their best laps. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I heard some things.
You know, it seems to me that your listening devices are a little out of tune. You know, soon, Sean, we'll be talking about our listening devices.
Go ahead, Cedric.
Thank you.
Yep.
Man, I am overdriving. I don't think you're supposed to get so crossed up in a radical. I don't think.
No.
If we were to take these to a rallycross track, I would win.
A few jumps in the middle there would help you.
Yeah, exactly. Run with a little bit of damage, you know.
Right. Yeah, it's just fascinating to me, boy. Everybody has really pushed the limit here trying to better their times. I mean, it's just, you know, I watch this board just move and move and move those first 2 hours. You start get to the third hour, the times start to slow down.
Thank you.
All right, drivers, 2.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes. You'll be starting your final laps here momentarily. Final lap will be starting.
I'm not going to
We'll
get
be
there.
calling out the car numbers that need to exit the track. For this time, everybody keep running. You have 2.5 minutes to beat that clock. I will announce in 2 minutes and 10 seconds when that time runs out. Once I call that the time, or the challenge is now closed, the pre-qualifier challenge is now closed, that'll happen in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You may finish the lap that you're on when I call that out, but do not start a new lap.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm calling it. I don't think I can do any better right now.
Okay, bud. All
All
right.
right, I'm gonna go prepare to help you announce this incredible showdown.
That's right. That's right, buddy. Yeah.
Oh.
One minute remaining in the pre-qualifier challenge. The track is now closed. Pre-qualifier is now closed. Do not start a new lap. If you crossed the line before we announced it, you may finish that lap. Car number 10, I believe you are still on a good lap. Car number 10, you are the last car on the track to finish their lap.
Thank you.
Car 93, you may now enter your car on pit lane and bring your car to the end of pit road to the green cones. Car 93, bring your car to the pit road exit at the green cones.
All right.
The final car, car number 10, has now completed his final lap. All other cars, please clear the track at this time. You are welcome to watch and spectate this final 3 showdown that we're about to have here momentarily. The drivers all, please clear the track at this time.
So as predicted, we're looking at Mike Dam, Aero Nom, and Robert Hartley, our top 3 drivers. They're pretty much fighting it out at the top most of the night until Mike Dam pretty much took over.
Yeah, he did. He really dominated here at the end, as we typically see. He's just a talented driver. Unbelievable.
All right, drivers, here we go. This is how this is going to go down tonight. Our top driver in the pre-qualifier, congratulations to Mike Dam in the number 93. In the number 78, Aero Nom taking the 2nd place podium spot in our pre-qualifier. And our 3rd place driver tonight is going to make it into the final 3 showdown. Number 29, Robert Hartley out of the Carolinas. Great to see him out here with us tonight. Great to see all 3 of you guys make it into the final 3 showdown. All right, drivers, this is what we're going to do. The car 93, he will start his session first. We will issue him out to the green cones at the end of pit road. And once he is established there, he will begin his 7-minute run. I would like to see the car number 78 and car number 29. You may enter your vehicle at this time and go out and line up behind car number 93. Once he exits the pit, you may pull up to the cones, but you must remain there until we release you for your start of your lap.
We have 2 cars out on track right now.
Does anybody have any question? We need the track cleared at this time. Please clear the track at this time. We are beginning our final 3 showdown for our competition this evening. We do need the track cleared.
Tony's still on track.
Okay.
Car number 904, car 904, can you please escape your vehicle at this time? Thank you very kindly. We do appreciate it.
All right, is our track clear now?
We said we're doing a 7-minute run.
Track's clear.
All right, car 93, stand by, stand by. We'll issue you out on the track here momentarily. Stand by. Each driver, you will get a 7-minute run. The moment you pass through the cones, the clock will start. You should get at least 3 laps, if not 4 for certain, on your run. Stand by.
Are we allowed to escape at any point?
Once you've completed your lap, please bring your car around the pit lane. Car 93, stand by. Green, 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 green. Your lap has started. The clock has begun. You have 7 minutes to get your best lap time. Good luck.
Here we go. Now, how's Mike Dam been doing this year in your series?
Is it just 1 lap that counts?
Yep, just 1. It'll be your best lap out of these laps that you complete at this time. Whatever your best clean lap is during this segment of 7 minutes. You can run as many laps as you can get in that 7-minute time.
Yeah, good luck, guys. It's been fun. Yeah, good luck, guys.
Alright, I want to see what Mike does coming through the chicane, setting up his first timed lap. That was something that took me a little while to realize, that in a hot lap, it's all about that. Especially if you're just focusing on 1 lap. You know, this one in particular. Coldest,
Yes.
least worn tires. It's all about this right here. Getting a good run, because right here is really where it starts the lap, even though we're still quite a ways from the start-finish line.
Yeah, getting this run is a big thing because you've got such a long stretch of track here, and any time that you lose coming out of that bus stop can just kill you on your next lap.
I also found the line through those bank corners is very critical. You could actually lose time even with a great speed if you pick the wrong line. So hard to hold the car on the track there into one. So hard to brake the car and get it slowed down. Great job of staying low and in control there into two.
Yeah, he's really running a great line through this section. This next corner here, 5, is what used to get me coming off the brake right here on this entry.
I just couldn't decide if I was better off going in early and just staying slow and low or just trying to really late apex it, which seems so dangerous. Another critical point right there. He gets great power down onto the backstretch.
Yeah, this is going to help his lap tremendously. We're going to see a very nice time out of Mike here when he gets to the line. Great launch off that bus stop.
Really smooth. I mean, it doesn't even look like he's dealing with a sketchy car at all.
Let's watch how he comes into this bus stop.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
You could even hear the car was just ready to give the horsepower.
Yeah, it just said, let's go, buddy, let's go.
Nice low line around that one. That's flying. That's with no draft. This is going to be a quick lap right here.
Yep, yep.
And that's something else. We don't know what these guys were doing. Were those laps in the draft or were they solo? Doesn't look too much slower. 22.859.
22.859.
Yeah, see, he's taking that perfect. I mean, like, when I said, like, I seem to have two choices. It was, like, late and hold on, or go in early and just keep it slow. He's taking that beautiful driving line, which is really hard to do here. A lot harder than Mike makes it look, that's for sure.
He has such a finesse ability to come into his entry so smooth. The way he trail brakes and rolls that car down into center, the car is so stable at that point that once he starts to roll to throttle, the car just bites and says, let's go, let's go.
And it's like just enough of that oversteer that you can see he's ripping that throttle down and getting the power down, but not so much to upset the car. Just enough, a little hint of counter steers enough to finish off the corner for Mike, it looks like.
Well, what's so unique about that, Sean, is that when you catch throttle like that, even if that slips just a hair, there's so much torque, and he's got the car so stable at that point that it just launches, and you almost make up that little bit of distance.
I never had that feeling turning laps out there.
Oh! I don't think I've ever had that feeling.
Oh!
122.478. Unbelievable.
That is, I mean, that's just a few hundredths off of his... So that shows that it wasn't necessarily a draft lap that got him that top time heading into the shootout.
Exactly. Yep, he was able to do it on his own. Just remarkable. What a talent.
I'm jealous.
It's kind of sickening, isn't it? We tease him all the time in the series. Of course, this season he has switched from the Mustang over to the Global Mazda in the Ricmotech series, and he's doing fantastic as always. Of course, he's got a lot of heat over there with Robert Hartley and some of those top Mazda drivers, so it's quite a showdown for him.
Yeah. All right, he's going to get his third timed lap in here. How's he doing on the clock?
We're coming up on about a minute and a half remaining.
So he should be able to complete 2 laps, this one and then finish the next lap, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he has 2 laps. He'll be able to get the 3rd lap in. Yeah, so they should be able to complete 3 laps, possibly 4. Let's see if he can get to the line. We're running 123. Boy, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. He might just make it.
Oh, he is off that
20 remaining. Oh, man, look at him slow that car down. Can you believe how fast he comes into turn 1?
You can see not only the angle of attack into one, but those giant bumps he's dealing with, just trying to keep that car on the asphalt.
Using up every inch of the track.
Again, I keep hearing that sound every time he's coming off that corner. You hear that slight jump in the RPM as he gets the power down.
Yeah, let's listen to him here. Boy, he's just roaring that motor, isn't he?
Yeah, he sure is. This looks like a very aggressive lap compared to like the first or second lap where he was a little bit smoother. Will that translate to speed?
30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds.
So it kind of shows you your out lap is going to be very critical here to be able to get that extra bonus lap in, because it looks like he's going to come up, I think, just a second or two short of the line. We're going to have to look for a judge's ruling. Kevin playing...
It's going to be close. He's bringing it in.
Oh, yeah, he knew he wasn't going to make it.
Mike Dam's bringing it down pit road, car 93. Go ahead and bring your car down pit lane. Your time has expired right now. Great job.
So who will be able to get the fast out lap to achieve the bonus lap? And is that not worth it versus the wear and heat on the tires, being that we are doing this in hot lap form?
Exactly. Yep.
Stand by, car 78, stand by.
So right now we're going to have to make a mental note of Mike Dam's time of 1:22.478.
10 seconds, stand by.
As we await Aero Nom heading out on track, our second place qualifier in our hot lap shootout.
Green, car 78. The time has started. You have 7 minutes to get your best lap time. Good luck.
Whoa!
Whoa.
You can see Aero's thinking that too. He's done the math.
You get to find out what Mike ran.
Should we give him the time that the other driver ran?
Yeah, I mean, he should be able to find it himself. Oh, he's in it.
Top time on the board at this time is car 93 with a 1:24.478. A 1:24.478 for car 93.
22.
Car 78 on track now, coming to start his lap.
22.478, Kevin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, my apologies. A 22.478. That's a 22.478.
All right, it all starts here, coming out of the chicane for Aero Nom, the raciest name in our grid today, that's for sure. I wish my mom would name me Aero.
Oh, it's a cool name, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so racy.
It is.
Taking that high line, now I found the high line to be a little bit slower, but we'll see how that works out. That might have been before I went down to lower wing.
We got a good run down into one there.
Yeah, that looked real fast. That car's carrying a lot of speed. Will he woe it down for 2? That's going to be the trouble.
Oh, a little deep in 3, but he did get a nice diamond cut there.
He did. No slide at all. That's what I liked there. It was all in control the whole time. These corners so tricky. Little bit of camber. There is just a hint of camber. You can't call it a perfectly flat corner on that infield section.
Yeah, that is true. And, you know, and then you add all the little dips and bellies and some of the undulation in that section of the track, and, well, it just adds a whole nother element of skill to get these times.
Yeah. And, again, I drove it for hours, and I can tell you, it's hard to make it look this smooth. These guys are... That's what I'm marveling at after having driven it myself, is that these guys are so smooth. You're not seeing much of a twitch. You're not seeing them get out of the corner and just get sideways, and I felt like that's how I was driving the whole time I was out there.
I think that's one of the most difficult things to master as a race car driver, is that ability to have all of that muscle memory working in such a smooth capacity. Let's see what Aero brings to the line. Speaking of smooth.
Ooh.
1:22.733. He's 0.3 off of our leader, Mike Dam, at this point.
And that was 1/10 quicker than Mike Dam ran on his first timed lap. And Mike Dam getting in, saying he likes to take that high line like we saw Aero take right there to get maximum speed to start the lap. Sort of like the same kind of theory you'll see at like a Daytona or Talladega even, using that longer line to get as much speed. Ooh, little brake lock up there for Aero.
Yeah, but I think he made it up on the exit, though.
Critical moment right here, coming back on. Oh, nice amount of power. Yep.
Oh, he has a great run coming around the banking here. Again, we're at Pocono International this evening, running the reverse NASCAR portion of the track as we watch Arrow come down the backstretch, approaching that very, very tricky and extremely technical bus stop. He gets a good run on. Oh, just lays that car through there. Oof. So smooth.
He was carrying so much speed, I was concerned he was going to hit that outer wall, but he did not. He just continues to carry the speed around into that final NASCAR. I guess we call that NASCAR 1 normally.
1, right. Yeah, we go from 2 to 1 instead of 1 to 2. Here we go, coming to the line. Interesting, he ran that high line around that banking. What's he going to bring to the table?
Ooh, 23.6.
23, ouch. Boy, that one hurt him, didn't it?
Yeah, not...
I think he's losing it in that banking. I wonder, maybe he's just counting on this lap 3 being his lap.
A little more brake lockup there. Didn't seem to hurt him much, but he's definitely getting some brake lockup. Maybe a little hint of overdriving. I didn't see him in practice, see if that's how he was driving in practice, but you can see that front wheel lockup almost every entry on the flat section, infield section.
Yep. Yeah, you're getting that little bit of puff of tire.
Whoa!
Oh, he goes around.
Now, if you're going to do that, that's a spot to do it, I guess.
You may continue your lap. Go ahead and keep going. You may have time to get that 3rd lap in, so continue on.
And enough time to get back up to speed and get a good launch out of that chicane and, you know, a lot of focus for it. I hate when I leave my mouse in the way. Oh, I see smoke. Smoke off the tires, never a good sign. Pushing into that. Gonna leave him tight coming out of there and hard to carry a lot of speed when you're a little too late into that corner.
The one thing he can hope for here, and I'm certainly not one to tell Arrow how to drive. I would think he'd want to come down off that banking maybe a little early and get a run down that hill. I just can't see that high line being faster, but...
Well, and you think in NASCAR and Daytona, it is what you end up doing on that final setting up the 4th timed lap.
Sure.
You know, you run that high line, just building up speed, and then on that final time, coming to, a lot of brake lockup, but wow, amazing. You know, you can see that front bias working for him, keeping the car stable at least.
60 seconds remaining, 1 minute.
Well, he's got a good lap going here. This is interesting. Oh, he got power down and no incident. He did great. No contact.
He wasn't being shy about that after that spin last time by. No, he went all full aggression there.
Yeah, but he's going to light it up on this lap. He knows this is it. This is his last shot to get this done.
Now let's
the
look.
Clock is going to expire. He's got 20 seconds remaining.
Little bit of smoke, a little too hot into that one again. Oh, I think that's going to hurt him.
I think it is. Oh, here he goes. He's going to the bottom now on this banking. I just wonder if he was really just trying to heat up the tires for this last lap. I think he went into this thinking that, he's shutting her down. He's shutting her down.
Car 78 entering the pits. You've completed your lap times. You are sitting P2 right now, P2 with a 122.733. Again, a 122.733. Our leader, P1 in car 93, still sitting on a 122.478. Car 29, stand by at the end of the cone. Stand by.
Robert put in a lot of laps. I see down the stretch when you were talking about Mike and Arrow sitting on pit lane kind of ready to go watching. Robert was out protecting that 3rd spot, making sure nobody beat him and trying to get a little more out of the car.
Stand by, 29. Green, 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 green. Your clock has now started. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Best of luck to you.
Arrow, you were laying it down. We could see you were driving some aggression, a little brake lock up on corners, but keeping it under control, and oh, just a little too aggressive on the gas. We could see, though, we could see you pushing hard.
Robert Hartley on his out lap here. He'll be coming to the line to start his first hot lap. The drivers have 7 minutes to get their best lap time.
Thank you, Eric.
So the drivers have 7 minutes to get their best lap time. Our final driver is out on track right now. The final 3 in this showdown, 2 of the drivers have already competed. Mike Dam in car 93 is holding that top spot with a 1:22.478.
Robert got a very nice line out of that chicane to start off this first lap. Taking the low line, we see.
Yeah, just going right after that fast line, right out of the gate.
Yeah, thank you, but I don't hear you.
Alright, turn 1. So difficult, so difficult. You got to push, carry a lot of speed, little too much, and that's exactly what happens. I did that 13, 14 times today. Regroup. You got plenty of time.
You may re-enter the track. You may re-enter the track.
Plenty of time still.
You still have plenty of time. Plenty of time.
So easy to do that. It demands, you know, turn 1. You have no chance of a hot lap if you don't get really aggressive and carry a lot of speed. And it only takes about 3-4 miles an hour. It takes about 1 foot off the driving line, and you find yourself 2 wheels off, and there's nothing you can do but straighten the wheel and save the car at that point, really.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know, especially on an entry like this. There's so much undulation coming down into turn 1 there, and it almost changes surface when you come off the oval portion of the course into that road section right there.
And those there's a couple of just giant bumps that just bounce your car wide.
Boy, Robert makes a smart move there. He came into the bus stop a little slower, made a high arc on the entry to allow himself to get to power and just go straight through that exit.
It's like we hit the reset button. Here's lap 1 for Robert Hartley. First time lap. We'll just kind of ignore that last lap there.
Such a talented driver. See what he can pull off here.
Now, same spot. He had a little difficulty carrying that speed. Stays on the track carrying a lot of speed, and into 2 looking very smooth. Little touch up, two little brake lockups inside front tire.
Coming out of 3, gets a good nice lift out of there. If he can get a good run out of 4 here and get that nice wide arc coming into 6 here, right about here.
This is where we really start looking at how does he get the power down. Good job keeping the car straight.
Very smooth, very smooth.
As he finishes NASCAR 2, heading into that chicane. This will make or break a lap right here. A little bit of smoke off the tires. Will he push wide? Looks like he got it slowed down enough, and a good line out. No contact.
This is going to be a good time. This will be a good time. Coming around NASCAR 2 into NASCAR 1. Coming up onto the front straightaway here. The reverse direction here at Pocono International for the road course configuration. Coming to the line, Robert's got a good lap. This will be his first time on the board with 4:20 remaining.
23.2, so about a half second back of Aero Nom. Probably still you have enough time to get one more in. He should. Oh, and that's going to do it. That's going to do it.
Well, that's
for
okay.
Robert.
He can get going. He should have time to get another lap in.
You still have time on the clock. You're just under 5 minutes.
Boy, the pressure is on here.
Well, you know, he has some time to get himself together, you know, come around this corner, keep it clean like he did last time around, set that chicane up for again, we're just trying to get one good hot lap, one good launch off that chicane.
That's so critical to get that lap started. You want to come across that line and watch that delta time going green.
Well, and if you don't, you just keep watching it go the other way. That's the problem with this. It's like right here, right there, right now, Robert knows. He knows right now how he's doing already. That delta is already showing him a little bit green or a little bit to the red, and if it's the red, it's just going to keep counting you down backwards. And that's the speed and momentum you're going to start the timed lap with, because really this is going to be all the marbles right here on this lap.
This is your final lap.
Looking good through this section here. A little bit of bobble, a little bit of lockup. Not bad, though.
Now, he's keeping the car in the driving line, so I'm more concerned about that than the amount of lockup. Not seeing any smoke. That's when you know they've gone a little too far.
Oh, nice line through 5. Nice and quick. Here's the big one right here, coming out of 6. Oh, got the power down nice and smooth.
Looking very good. Looking very good. You know, at this point, being later in the run, you got to wonder, are his tires getting a little bit of heat? Is it just in that first lap magic? It seems everyone's first lap has been their quickest, or second, I should say. And he's a little beyond that with a few spins, a little bit of lockup, a little bit of smoke.
But he gets a nice... Oh, he gets it slowed down beautifully to get a good launch.
Come down, take that low, nice arc. Getting down near the curbing, almost kissing it, but not quite. Coming to the line.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. The pressure in these types of just single lap competitions, so different. Here we go, at the line, final time, 23.245. That's not quite going to do it for him.
Now, that was pretty close to what he ran before with the 23.237, so that's actually just a touch slower than that. And does he have enough time to complete one more?
No, he does not. Your laps are complete there, Mr. Robert Hartley. Nice job out there, buddy. Your final lap time was a 23.245. Your better time was lap 1 with a 1:23.237. As it stands right now, our leader and our winner for tonight's Ricmotech Humpday Hot Lap competition is Mike Dam with a 1:22.478. An incredible time without the draft, nearly matched his time from the pre-qualifier. Amazing job by Mike Dam in that number 93. Our second place driver tonight goes to Aero Nam in the number 78 with, oh, I'm sorry, let me back up. I am incorrect in that. Our best time tonight in second place is Robert Hartley with a 1:23.237. Oh, I'm sorry. I cut it backwards again. I had to change my handwriting. Sorry about that, guys. Aero Nam is our P2 winner tonight with a 1:22.733. I couldn't read my own handwriting there. 1:22.733 to car 78 Aero Nam's P2 tonight, second place. Third place tonight, Mr. Robert Hartley with a 1:23.237. Had a couple of spins early, managed to get that final lap in. Sure, he had some wear on the tires after lighting them up, but in any case, all three drivers, congrats to every one of you tonight for the September 2018 edition of the Ricmotech Humpday Hot Lap competition. We want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We do appreciate you. We thank Frank Rico at Ricmotech, all their staff, all the hard work they go into to putting this event on for everyone, and especially Sean Cole at the Simpit. Thank you, Sean, for being with us tonight. We do appreciate your time as well, and great job out there competing. Sean, you ended up with a P10 tonight. Fantastic job. You had a lot of top drivers right there in front of you.
Thank you so much. It's, you know, Kevin, I really enjoy these events. It was a lot of fun. Congratulations to Mike, Aero, and Robert on an incredible job in that top 3. And I want to thank them for the extra added entertainment of our little shootout that we've done at the end. And I think that was I don't know if this is going to be forever, but I like the format. I thought it was nice to spend that last time to really give those top drivers a chance to really see what they can do with no traffic after all the time to practice and work on the setup. And, you know, they proved themselves in the hot lap, and they backed it up during the finale, and that was a lot of fun to be part of.
Yeah, absolutely, Sean. Just a tremendous job. All the drivers, you know, the respect out there. That's one thing that I'm so impressed with. All the drivers that we had in here tonight, it was an open session. We had a lot of new drivers come in, and they all did an outstanding job. I mean, the traffic was great. There was a few fender benders. You're going to have that. Everybody's out there trying to get the best lap time, but the courtesy was great. All in all, I think everyone just did a tremendous job, and it's great to see some of these drivers, you know, in the mid-pack and back there. They're still out there hustling for hours and hours, enjoying it, having a great time out here in the sim racing world, and certainly participating in a fun event like this. Why not, man? You can't turn away from something like this.
No. I want to thank Frank and all the guys at Ricmotech and all the guests down there in Florida who come into the Ricmotech shop and drive and make this. All the guys at Extreme Motorsports, and thank you, Kevin, for the great announcing all night long. Again, it makes it a really special and unique event in sim racing, which, again, month after month, I really enjoy these.
Well, thank you, Sean, and we'll certainly be looking forward to next month. And who knows what we have in store for the drivers coming up?
you guys keep us guessing.
Yep, we sure do. Yep, it's a lot of fun putting these together. Well, Sean, I'm going to let you wrap up the show there. Good night to everybody from myself. Thanks again to all the drivers, Ricmotech, the staff, yourself, Sean, and everybody that participated. We do appreciate it. Thanks again, Sean.
Thank you, Kevin. Have a good night.
You too.
So there you have it. One more time, congratulations to Mike Dam, Aeronom, and Robert Hartley on an exceptional drive tonight. Watching them was a privilege. You could see where the speed was, looking at just the way they drove. And again, 22 fours out of Mike Dam is just insane. You are the man, the myth, and the legend. That's going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you had fun, whether you were on the track with us or whether you were just out there watching. Hope it was good and entertaining. It sure was from my seat. This is the Sim Pit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.